Good evening and welcome to the 2023 EMW Recognition Banquet. We are so glad that you have joined us to celebrate our fellow union members. We get the privilege tonight to honor our friend of education, our retirees, which we are all jealous of, and our Teacher of the Year nominees, and of course, our new 2023 Teacher of the Year. Emily, Tasha, and I would like to thank Elizabeth and the staff of Lerma's Event Center for allowing us to host our event in this beautiful new facility. Thank you to John for the delicious food and his help. Thank you to Lisa for organizing the Teacher of the Year voting and awards. We also appreciate the guidance we get from Jody Hansen and all the other members that have helped make tonight possible. Thank you to Katie and Deb Martin and their students for our flower arrangements. And we're not very good speakers for this type of thing. We just like planning. So we are going to move on with our awards. So I'm going to invite Carrie, Lori, and Maggie on up to present our Friend of Education Award.
Our Friends of Education Award this year to our Every Meal volunteers and coordinators. So would Pastor Jeanette from First Lutheran Church please come up? Pam Harlan Handebit from American Lutheran Church. And Angel and Lourdes Franco from the Spanish Outreach Ministry at First United Methodist Church.
Welcome. We're glad you're all here. So way back in 2015, Pastor Jeanette has been instrumental in our community. For the people we have with food insecurities, especially during lockdown and the summer that followed, along with lots of volunteers with delivering food to folks who were quarantined and unable to shop for themselves. She had her system down, worked closely with the manager at Fairway to keep food well stocked, her parishioners packaged food and medicines for newly diagnosed COVID people. She's also spent countless hours researching and writing grants to obtain funding for sharing seeds and now Every Meal. For these reasons and more, we choose Pastor Jeanette and all of the volunteers that help us to receive this Friend Education Award. Thank you.
Now presenting our EMW Outstanding Member Award is Jody Hansen.
So this year, I would like to recognize Carla Rupert as our EMW Outstanding Member. Carla, come on up. So as most of you know, if you have a question about insurance, if you have a question about your 403B, if you have a question about any of the wonderful, how to read your pay stub, Carla is our magic maker. She has gone over and above anything I've asked her to do related to insurance. So she's our chair of our insurance committee for our union. She keeps track of when you should get an increase with your 403B match, and just really has a lot to tell people about why they should be on an HSA. so with that, and even though Carla was part of the negotiations team a few rounds ago, she still is our go-to person when we're like, hey, what would happen if we asked for this? And she would be able to run the numbers just like that. On a snow day, when she's done putting her wonderful lessons out there, I know she'll dive into a spreadsheet for me anytime. So with that, I thank you, Carla, for all you've done for EMW. Thanks.
Next up is our retirees. Can we please have the 5 retirees and the wonderful people that are going to introduce them come on up? Ani, John, Mike is unable to be here, Chris, and Gail. And we apologize, we just found out Lorna is also retiring and was unable to be here, so we honor her also.
The man, the myth, the legend, John Kohler, is retiring this year. He is a math teacher at WHS with a main focus in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, but has also taught geometry and Algebra 3. At one point in his career, his students had the second highest test scores in the state of Minnesota, and throughout his career, he also wrote 2 books. He started his career in Round Lake for 10 years, from 1988, or starting in 1988 to 1998, and had continued his career at WHS. His favorite memory of his teaching career is developing thousands of pages of curriculum and making it relevant to students. His favorite professional activity, he has been a coach of several sports, including softball, football, golf, basketball. But his favorite sport to coach was golf. What he's looking forward to in his retirement is biking, lifting, if his back permits it, fishing, golfing, walking the dog, trips with family, and pure relaxation, because he's been putting it to the grind for the past several years. You know, this legend will continue because he has taught the whole math department everything he knows, and we will continue teaching through what he has taught us and also through the books he's written. So, John Kohler.
First off, I do have readers. My wife wanted me to have these about 5 years ago. I thought 35 years would be a good round number. 10 years in Round Lake, that was an amazing experience. 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, I got to teach those kids, and it was just an incredible experience for those kids. And some of those kids are approaching 50 years old right now. So I appreciate all those kids. And in 1998, I decided to move to Worthington. Mr. Bruce Bellotti He hired me. I think I was one of 17 interviews, and I really appreciated Bruce. And that first year, to be honest, it was a tough year on me because my daughter, she came a month early, and I had so much stress in my life that I pretty much shut down, and I went through a period of depression. And Bruce Blotty really told me to go get some help, and I realized at that point in time, after about 2 weeks with a psychologist, that I was not as messed up as I thought I was. So, anyways, going forward, I got my rhythm, I got my routine, and I tell you what, I just love kids, and I want to do my best for kids. I try to do so much for kids. I try to write my own curriculum. I've written all sorts of books, and the latest 2 books are on Amazon, and I'm pretty proud of that, to be honest. But 35 years is 35 years. I started at 22, and now I'm 57, and it's just kind of, I feel like it's time, I want to move on to something different. I want to have more time and less stress. I want to finish out this year in a positive way, and I want to be there for my kids. So, a couple other things about me. My kids, I'm really proud of them. Rachel's in her 3rd year at medical school, rotations. She's going to be studying to be a doctor, and I don't know if she'll be a part-time doctor. Her future husband-to-be is going to be a pharmacist. He's got the gift of gab, so he talks a lot, and he's working with Mayo Clinic, earning a $50,000 salary, but he's got to pay his dues, and I think that'll be great. My son is Adam. He's just a remarkable kid. He's so disciplined. He's a runner at Luther in Division III. I'm just so proud of that kid. The discipline that he exemplifies. It's just amazing what he can do, and it's just really touching to my heart. My wife has been my rock. She keeps everything in order for me. She's not here right now. I know she's walking the dog, Bergen. We have a little Aussie Doodle, and she's got an attitude. And hopefully I'll be back and walking her with her. I'm very satisfied with my career. I have no regrets. I've taught thousands of kids, and I'm sure I've left some sort of impact on them. And I know from comments from kids from way back that they have left an impact on me. So right now, I guess I'm just interested in more time to enjoy retirement, and honestly a lot less stress. And I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Okay, I am supposed to introduce Lonnie Meyer as a retiree. Yeah, so he has taught 8th grade global studies or social studies at the middle school for a whopping 38 years, almost my entire life. Okay, only 34 at the Worthington Middle School, but 38 years. I'm surprised you don't have your walker up here.
I know.
I did. I gave him a walker a couple years ago. He long-term subbed in West Fargo and Moorhead and then moved to New Holden, Minnesota, and eventually came to Worthington, not to teach social studies. Believe it or not, this guy taught EBD. Way to go. That deserves a high five. His favorite memory of his teaching career, he has a lot, 38 years worth. One of them is when he got a note from a student that said she wanted to be a teacher like Mr. Myra. to help students like he did to be caring and supportive of one another in her home country. That's pretty great. Teaching itself was his favorite professional activity, not necessarily the in-service days. In retirement, he looks forward to subbing. Yay! He and his lovely wife also own a cabin on a lake, and he plans to spend a lot of time there. So he loves the idea of being able to decide if he can work or not work, and he plans to volunteer at church a little bit more now that he'll have the time to do that. He might fish a little, maybe watch a sunrise or a sunset. Will you be up for that? Yeah. He has 6 grandchildren to run after as well, so they will keep him young and active. Congratulations, Lonnie. Mike Anderson was the other retiree from the middle school. He is not able to be here tonight because he went to his other job, which is teaching lessons at Augustana University that he's done for the last 20 years. So he's taught a total of 41 years, some in Canton and Clark, South Dakota, but 21 in District 518. So he plays in the South Dakota and Sioux City Symphonies, and he also plays bass in a bunch of jazz gigs. The challenge is what brings him the enjoyment. And for retirement, he looks forward to doing nothing. Actually, he plans on practicing and spending time with his granddaughter, a lot of time with her so she doesn't pick up the woodwinds. It's gotta be brass.
All right, hello. I'm here to honor Gail Holinka. Probably gonna cry. Gail was my art teacher, now my colleague, and my good friend. Gail has served District 518 for 34 years. She spent 2 years as a PT and an OT aide, 6 years as a paraprofessional, and has been a visual arts teacher for the last 26. While teaching, Gail has also been very active in public art through the Worthington Public Arts Commission and the Art Wheel. One of Gail's favorite teaching memories is bringing students to art museums and Broadway shows through AOK Club. It has been fun for her to stay connected to former students and to see them enjoy the arts as adults. Professionally, Gail has loved collaborating with her fellow art educators. She has participated in many art education workshops and particularly loved a photography workshop on Madeline Island. In her retirement, Gail is looking forward to gardening, boating, traveling, spending more time with her family. She will finally have time to create her own artwork and hopes to open a small studio space for herself and the community. Gail, thank you for your dedication to our students and our community. You will be missed.
When I started here in '88, I wanted a better job so I could be home with my children, and it's been a great career for that. I have had a wonderful opportunity to work with, like, Tony Stammer's mom. My 6 years as working with John Gill as a work coordinator, that was a lot of fun in itself. But the people you work with along the way, the friendships you make, has just made this career a wonderful trip. And I'm looking forward to years in the community, so I'm sure I'll see you all around in my new endeavors of whatever that can be. But I want to thank all of my colleagues. My last year at the Learning Center here has been awesome. Any new staff there who I just love. It's a great team. So no matter what building I've been into, I did get to do a little stint at the elementary level before we got our elementary teacher. So I've been in the buildings, and they're all great. And this new buildings we have now, it's just such a wonderful district to work for. So I want to thank all the administrators for supporting the arts, because if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have these great programs that we do. And looking around our region, we have top-notch programs that you don't see in all the other small districts. So pretty proud of the work we've done and where we've come. And I know Heather in the lead at your high school now will do some wonderful things to follow. So looking forward to the time with granddaughter. Hoping we have more to come. But thank you all for the ride. It's been a great journey.
I have the honor tonight to honor Chris Brower, our fearless EL teacher in 3rd grade. She has taught for 37 years. She has been at our district for 30 years, which is longer than I've been alive also. Some of her favorite teaching memories were the Quality Tools Parade downtown. Bowling in the basement at Central. Yeah. And then getting to move into 2 brand new buildings in her career. Some of her favorite professional activities are planning the staff fun. She is our sunshine committee at the intermediate school. Having a self-contained newcomer classroom was one of her top things she loved about her career. And her favorite professional activity is the last day of Access and MCA testing. In her retirement, she is going to be enjoying more crafting, more stamping, more card making, and hopefully offering some more crafting classes to all of us. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. So let me start by saying, nobody told me I had to speak. So John walks up with a speech. I didn't know we had to do that. So I have prepared nothing. But I do want to recognize that I know all of you, I think, for the most part. Some of you have been in my department. Some of you, Heather Knigge has been in my class. And it's just nice to look out onto a room full of people that I can call friends and people that I've worked with and changed lives with. So, thanks.
Thank you to all of you. And the plants on the table in the front are for you, so take the one that you want at the end of the night, the potted ones. All right, we are going to please welcome Lisa and Scott Burns to present our Teacher of the Year nominees and our 2023 Teacher of the Year. Please come forward, Leanne, Becca, and Lonnie.
I am definitely a behind-the-scenes person. I don't like speaking in front of people, but here I am stretching myself. That's what teachers do, right? So, I am honored to present Leanne Barduson and Rebecca McGaughy as Teacher of the Year nominees. These words are not mine. These are from the individuals who nominated them. Leanne is an incredible worker. She takes the time to relate and understand each one of her students as best as she can. She has novel techniques that she uses that work tremendously well. She also groups kids, which allows efficiencies in the classroom. She is a tireless worker, and she supports all of the students she teaches. She is also bilingual, which is a tremendous advantage. I think for all of these reasons, I nominate Leanne Barduson for Teacher of the Year. And next we have Rebecca McGaughy. Becca creates fun, engaging educational opportunities for kids that draw them into what some might consider mundane topics, like poetry. She uses both technology and direct instruction to make curriculum relevant. What really sets her apart is her high expectations and unending belief in a student's potential. She will reach out and have hard conversations when needed and be the first one to offer praise, and her students remember that. Proud to call her a fellow teacher. Thank you both.
I'm honored to be here today to say a few words for my friend and colleague, Mr. Myram. At toy nomination time, I asked Mr. Myram if I could submit his name. He was very humble about my request, but he also didn't think it was necessary. I did persuade him to let me write the letter. Honestly, I think he knew I would do it anyway. A lot of times in life, it's better to do something and then ask for forgiveness. Mr. Myram is passionate about the subjects he teaches, whether it be global studies or American history. A generation of students, including my own children, have benefited from his knowledge and expertise. His reverence for his students is even greater than his passion for the subject he teaches. Mr. Myram is an expert at helping students learn and grow from the mistakes that they make. I think that comes from all those years he spent coaching. Every task is an opportunity to do better than the last time out. Every task is an opportunity to build critical life skills of resilience and persistence. Mr. Myram also uses his own experience as a parent to help students navigate, to help parents of his students navigate the challenges of raising teens who struggle with academics, behavior, and making good decisions. Mr. Myram has also served our district through coaching students in cross country. My own children were never star runners, but they always knew that Mr. Myram valued them being on the team. And they always appreciated the way he helped them get from A to B just a little bit faster than the last time out. In conclusion, thank you for the thousands of students you have helped over the years. Thank you for all the parents that you have helped with raising children. You've been a great role model for families. And lastly, thanks for being a welcoming staff member to all teachers. I speak for many when I say, thanks for being a great colleague, mentor, and friend. Godspeed, Mr. Myram.
Thank you very much. Well, I've got a speech for you, so hold still. So one would think that after spending a lifetime in front of our kids talking, this would come naturally. But actually, it's a bit nerve-wracking. I am humbled to accept this award and am grateful for the recognition of being Worthington's Teacher of the Year. Let me just begin by saying thank you. Thank you to my wife, Nancy, for being my support system and listening to my lectures when I started. Yeah, she listened to them all. That was student teaching and on. We'll be celebrating 40 years of marriage this summer. Love you. Thank you to my own children for reminding me that kids do not always do what you think they should or want them to. Thank you to my grandchildren for inspiring me to see and explore new things through their eyes. Family reminds me to celebrate the days when everything is going right, and on the days when it seems that nothing is going right, someone has your back. And finally, thank you to Scott Burns for the nomination, and to all my fellow teachers for this award. We each bring our own style and approach to our classroom, instilling lessons and a lifetime of and love of learning. Being recognized by all of you is an honor. Some of you may know that I am the youngest of 10 children. Growing up in a small town, Minnesota, my siblings, friends, and I had a lot of freedom to explore and hike in the woods, ride our bikes, go fishing, use our imaginations, and have fun. Becoming a teacher was not on my agenda. When I went out to college and enrolled in various liberal arts courses, the world of history, culture, and diversity opened up, and I wanted to share what I was learning. My career path was chosen. I graduated with my teaching degree in social studies. Armed with life's lessons, my education, and the strongest desire to teach every kid the exciting world of history, I interviewed at Marshall County Central for a social studies position. When the principal called me back, he offered me my first full-time position to teach students with emotional behavioral disorders. Not what I expected. But I accepted the position and taught EVD for 3 years there and 3 years here in Worthington before returning to social studies. This experience had a profound effect on me. Kids are amazing. Our students at 518 are amazing. They want to learn. They want structure. They want to be seen and heard. I know some of them push us away or put up a shield so hard and high that it's very difficult to penetrate, but deep down, kids are just kids. We'll always be the overachievers, the kids who are self-motivated, kids who like the social aspects of school better than the academics. The athletic kids, the artistic kids, the musicians, the shy kids, the comedians. You know what I'm saying. Our goal is to reach them all. I had the opportunity to coach at least one season every year of my career. And doing rough math, I've had approximately 4,000 students roll through my classroom. That's a lot of chances to make a difference in a kid's life. As a social studies teacher and history buff, you may think I would get stuck on specific dates or events. But teaching has always been about so much more than that. Some of my core strategies to hold true to are: all kids are individuals. No preconceptions. Did I mention that I'm one of 10? All kids are unique with gifts and talents to be explored and developed. I encourage them to try the various activities and opportunities that are available to see what they enjoy. I've spent my career talking to kids about tolerance and understanding, to be patient and kind to everyone, that words and actions are important. Everyone has feelings. I teach kids that learning is lifelong. Every day there are opportunities to learn and grow in and out of the classroom. And I want kids to know that learning is fun. Yes, I've been known to sing in my classroom or jump up on a chair to make a point. It's engaging and kids remember the associations and analogies. I love running into kids years later and they remind me of something I sang or something I did. When I found out I'd been selected as this year's Teacher of the Year, I began thinking about all the things I've learned and experienced during my career. As Jody so well pointed out, when I started teaching, dittos were the method of duplicating worksheets. Now our kids are digital. Snow days were days off school, and country kids had town homes. Kids played outside. Games were on a board. No one had cell phones. Social media wasn't even thought about. And a worldwide pandemic was not something we thought would ever happen again. But things change. Technology changes, and we did have a pandemic. The constant, kids are kids. They are our future. Every day we have them in our classroom, we make an impact. So, kids want and deserve our best each and every day. I challenge each of you to find your passion and jump into the joy of your work. In a month, I'm retiring from the most rewarding career I hadn't even imagined as a child. A teacher made an impact. I love the kids, they are amazing. Thank you for this honor. Keep inspiring the kids. Thank you.